Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. And we're good to go, I think. Okay. So it's been quite a hot minute.
We mercs have one simple rule. Whoever pays the most is your new boss.
But I got Dia. I ended up pulling for Dia just because she's such a great character. So, yeah, now I figured would be a good time to do story quest. With Genshin 3.6 coming out in, practically a matter of hours. It's whatever. Like 30 hours away? Am I doing my math right? Call it 30-ish hours. 32, maybe. But yeah, after getting Dia, I realized that some of her character stories, which one? This one and this one, are locked behind Lion's Blood, her character story quest, as well as some of her voice lines. Like this one, which just from what I read in her character story 3, she does not have a very good relationship with her dad. Where was it? She had wanted to forget everything that had to do with him. Yeah, she loathed the man that this story reminded her of. Anyway, so are we gonna meet Dia's? Are we gonna meet Dia's dad in her story quest? Maybe. Let's find out right now. Boom. I'll claim that. A Lion's Blood, Manticora, Chapter Act 1. Shade upon red silk. One day you and Paimon stop by the Grand Bazaar. Alright. For some reason, also, Dia's stretch sounds seem to keep on playing in the background. Even after she's done stretching. Like every single time.
I was trying to remember. What else did we put on our shopping list?
Eggs, milk,
Oh, what a mouth-watering smell. Paimon would know the aroma of biryani anywhere.
biryani.
Let's go get some.
Oh, okay. That wasn't on our list, Paimon. I'm on a budget here.
We can still add it to the list.
Ah.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon.
Hey.
Wasn't expecting to see you here.
Dunyarzad's here too. A very, very welcome sight. I was hoping that she would show up in this story quest.
Hello there. Oh, it's been quite a while.
Yeah.
So you two are still hanging out together. Dia, didn't you say last time that you were gonna head back to the desert?
I was wondering if Dunyarzad was gonna show up in the new event too.
I said I was going to resign from being her bodyguard. Not that our friendship was over. We're still the best of friends.
Ah, yeah, best of friends, quote unquote. They're definitely fucking.
The
Just
Homayanis
saying.
also still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is always generous, so me and the other mercs never pass them up.
I told Dia to just stay at our place when she took one of those jobs a few days ago. My parents were delighted. They even said that it always felt like we were missing someone whenever Dia wasn't around.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like something they would say, all right. They're always so welcoming. Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I was gonna head back to the brigade as soon as I finished a little shopping. But the master kept insisting, and I ended up staying for another day.
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dia. father hasn't even gotten around to treating you to his best dishes yet.
And Dia's like, ugh, father. God, why do fathers have to exist? They're so terrible.
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put in one place like that, my lady. Don't worry, though. There'll always be next time.
Yeah. Next time with you, Dunyarzad, and Candace having a pillow fight.
What? She said they'll treat you to the best dishes! I can't believe you can still refuse that!
I mean, I feel like Dia's probably had every dish they have to offer after being their bodyguard for so long.
But wait, didn't you say last time that you would take me on a trip to the desert? Why don't you just take me with you today, when you leave?
Dunyarzad can't get enough of her GF. Dia's like, oh, so clingy. Gosh, I was gonna go have a date with Candace, but now I gotta, they're gonna find out about each other.
There are so many places I still haven't visited yet.
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place lately.
Really? Even after the whole, academia is gonna be helping out the desert folk and the, Eremites realized that King Deshrite wasn't coming back. It's still dangerous? Also, I mean, come on, Dia. This gal just got over Elazar. Let her travel a little bit.
Oh, come on. Not this again. That's also what you said last time and the time before that.
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time, and I promise I'll plan the best trip ever for you.
I mean, I don't think the desert is ever going to be completely safe, so I think you just gotta take her eventually.
Alright, fine. To be perfectly honest, it's not that I wanted to go, it's more like I feel like something is off about you lately.
It's almost like you've been seeing other women.
Ever since you first set foot on the estate a few days ago, you've been acting anxious and even paranoid.
Oh shit, yeah, she's definitely heard some news about her father.
Have you been delaying our trip because you've run into some kind of trouble?
Nah, are you kidding? You're worrying too much.
Nah. Very convincing, Dia.
Did you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pry any further if you're willing to swear on what you just said.
Yeah.
But if something really is bothering you, then just tell me. You know I'll help you however I can.
Oh, looks like Dunyarzad was onto something.
Yeah.
You're too perceptive, my lady. Seems I can't hide anything from you. I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Knowing too much only leads to more trouble. Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme. Everything operates on a completely different set of rules.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends, and I can only support you if I understand what's bothering you.
My lady, you're not gonna stop until you drag it out of me, are ya?
You gotta listen to your lady.
All right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else first. This isn't exactly the best place for a discussion. Okay, let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention.
This is like, what, 2 feet away?
As you may already know,
it's in front
the
of us.
Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organizational structure. Many mercs are no different than me, just going around looking for jobs to earn some mora.
Yeah, I don't know. Do they have really much of any organizational structure other than like some, there's different groups of Eremites who seem like they're controlled by different people, and then there's, I guess, some loose rules that they all kind of follow, like, maybe not exactly unspoken rules, but just commonalities between all of them. But yeah, is there really an organizational structure per se?
My brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a large group, but every member is loyal and brave.
Yeah, are we gonna meet more brave beasts here? Or sorry, blazing beasts. Hard to say, apparently.
However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds of lines for the sake of Mora. The most notorious is a faction known as Deshret's Relics.
You sure it's not the Tanit? Because those people are fucking ruthless.
Deshret's Relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
King Deshret, Al-Ahmar, same person, right? I think.
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Ain al-Akmar. They're one of the groups under the Relic's banner.
Oh, so it's a subgroup of the Deshret's Relics.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Yeah, they weren't friendly at all.
Honestly, I don't know why they went with the name Deshret's Relics, though. I feel like they could have gone with something that didn't make it sound like they were just a group of archaeologists or something.
Deshret's Relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Ain al-Akmar. The Relic's headquarters issues orders to all brigades under his control.
So is your brigade part of a smaller, or part of a larger brigade? Anything like that?
On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dehya al-Akmar.
Dehya al-Ahmar. Is that her father's brigade?
Dakan?
I think it means beard or something. Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I found it insufferable for years.
Wow. Yeah, this is definitely her father's brigade.
Anyway, the real issue is that Dehya al-Akmar is led by my father, Kusela.
Have we seen Kusela anywhere before? Also, her father's still alive, I assume, so...
Say what now?
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now. But what did they do?
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents. We're talking hundreds.
That is a large number.
Hundreds?
Yep. The scenes tend to be quite gruesome, too.
Oh.
They strip the victims of all their valuables before murdering them.
Yeah, wow. That's just straight up evil.
Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary citizens, but other mercenary brigades as well.
That's beyond terrible. They won't even spare their own kind.
I don't know how Deshret's Relic sees it. All I do know is that Dehya al-Akmar has become more and more aggressive over the last few years. If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their next target.
Alright, so give them a taste of their own medicine. Just kill them all.
I just wish I knew what's driven him to do this.
Right? Like, it seems pretty evil.
Yeah.
Abyss?
How can your father do such terrible things?
Fatui? Or they're just other bad people? I guess the Abyss and the Fatui aren't the only bad people in this world.
I don't know. People change. He's always been pretty pathetic. But at least in the past, there were still a few lines that he wouldn't cross.
Don't murder people in front of my baby daughter. Now, though, now that his daughter's grown up, he's like, murder as many people as you want. Just, you know, make sure to steal their valuables before you do it.
That's setting the bar pretty low.
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties with him? He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent most of his time drinking and chasing after women.
Yikes. Makes me wonder, do you still have a mom, Dehya? Or did she, like, leave him? Did he kill her? What happened? I'm curious, but I also don't want to pry too much.
Of course, the other brigade members were just like him. Their ruckus would go on night after night.
Sounds like a nightmare.
What about your mother? Did she ever step in to stop them?
Died during childbirth? That's my other guess.
Unfortunately, I never knew my mother.
Or yeah, maybe she just escaped that life.
I'm sorry, Dehya. I didn't know.
It's all right, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles. Didn't I mention that my father was chasing after women? I was the result of one of those encounters with some random person.
Jesus. So... But... how did you end up with your father still? Was she a part of the brigade and she stuck around before giving birth to Dehya? Or... yeah, I don't know.
He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was. And in any case, she never came to see me.
Jesus. So she just was dropped off to him? Like, hey, here's our daughter, you take care of her. You know, with just a little sticky note attached. Damn.
He'd say, you'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad. But even then, he left most of the parenting to the brigade. The one thing I do remember is that he used to tell me stories.
Now I'm wondering if he's even her actual father or not. She might have just been adopted by him.
But the problem was that he had terrible taste. He only knew a few stories, and even those tended to be pretty stale.
Dang. This is the story of the ugly duckling. I've heard this one 1,000,000 times, Dad.
They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of mercenaries rescuing princesses from rebel armies.
Sounds like your typical fairy tales.
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time around, but after about 20 repeats, they started to get a little dull. He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though. He was so into them that he'd call the whole brigade over and make them perform the whole thing as a play.
Oh my god. That must have been tiring for them, too.
Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get helmets, shields, and toy swords. It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they ever were for me.
What an interesting guy.
Doesn't sound like he had all bad intentions.
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish. But that was something I could just shrug off. I had no reason to despise him. Until I grew up and learned the true face of Deshret's relics for myself. Looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. They not only accepted such heinous acts, they would even openly boast about them. No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, my father and his cronies were more like the bad guys that needed to be taken down.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Did they really think that as long as they didn't do any of that stuff right in front of me, I would never know?
I think I can understand your feelings. The difference between perception and reality must have hit hard.
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left that place behind for good.
I just, the girl just standing at her stall, staring completely blankly as we're discussing these difficult topics was a little funny to me.
I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feelings I still have towards my father. I just want to protect those that are close to me.
You just want to find out why they suddenly started causing so much trouble. So much more trouble.
Yeah. I told the boys to gather as much information as they could. Most of the reports concern violent incidents, but there's also some talk of smuggling.
Ugh, smuggling. God. How heinous. I mean, it's... I feel like the violent incidents are probably the worst thing.
I see. But isn't this investigation incredibly dangerous?
It is, but every mercenary lives life on the edge. It's a lifestyle that I enjoy.
I enjoy almost dying every single day.
That may be true, but it'll be impossible for those who care about you not to worry.
Well, Now you get why I didn't want to share any of this with you.
What should we do? They both have valid concerns.
I mean, so what? I guess I'm a little confused on why you're saying that, Paimon. So I know Dunyarzad's concern is this is super dangerous. You know, I'm gonna be worrying about you. And Diaz is like, yeah, my father's been like murdering people and stealing from them and smuggling things and so on and so forth. And, you know, me, all-powerful Lumine here is, you know, like, Paimon's like, what do we do? I'm gonna help them. I think that's the only option.
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught up in this mess, too.
No. This is your story quest, Dehya. I have to.
Well, she's super tough, so if she went into the desert with you, then Paimon bets the problem will be solved in no time.
Exactly. Thank you, Paimon.
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if you took her along to help.
You can count on me.
I'll wait for news from you in the city until then. Please, stay safe.
I'm honored that you care so much for me, my lady. All right, then let's get moving. Our first stop will be Caravan Rebot, where we can catch up a bit with my fellow mercs.
Yeah. That was a long intro, like, cutscene. It's been, like... How long have I been streaming for? 20 minutes already? Dunyarzad, what do you think?
Please be careful. I'll stay in the city and wait for news from you. Just don't do anything reckless, alright?
No promises. No promises. Okay, so if I wanted to be really immersive, I could run as Dehya all the way down to Caravan Rebot. But I don't think I want to be quite that immersive. Yeah, you know, I'll go from here. I'll go from right here. When Dendro Core is created by oh, never mind. Ah, Genshin. Very pretty game. Very, very pretty. And I'm very excited for the new areas coming out in the next patch. And I am very, very excited for what Fontaine is going to look like. Is that a Sealy down there? Every freaking time I go to some place, there's another thing that I managed to have not gotten. Oh, just... You guys gonna appear or not? Okay. There freaking is a Sealy right here. Good thing I came from this direction, I guess. It's a little tricky to follow you when you're going up such a steep hill. Oh, you know what else I'm excited for? Is the new character that they just posted a picture for, like,
Well, how
earlier
about that?
today. The cat girl from Inazuma. She looks pretty awesome. I mean, I probably have a bit of a soft spot for cat girls, as you know, I'm sure many of us do. That's a pretty normal soft spot to have, I think. Oh, that's the ducks. I have ducks right here? This close to the desert? But yeah, she seems pretty cool looking. Is this your dad?
Hey, Dehya, you're back.
Oh.
Are these two friends of yours?
No, this is a Blazing Beasts member. Okay, so he's a cool guy. I trust Dehya with my life. Haroon. You got that? No, it's a pleasure to meet you, Haroon.
Likewise. There's no need to be so formal with us. We're a pretty casual crew.
We're pretty cash, you know. Only you don't have to wear your uniforms on Fridays, you know. Pretty cash.
Anyway, since we've got a newcomer, let me fill you in on what the Khan al-Akhmar's been up to lately. They've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, even their own now have become acceptable targets.
Whose voice is this? This guy sounds very familiar. Can't tell if it's another playable character or if it's another, like, someone who I've recognized from another game.
They even attack other relics brigades, just the same as any other mercenary brigade.
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own. It sounds like they've thrown that straight to the wind.
So wait, they've been attacking not only other Eremites, but other Eremites in their, like, brother and sister brigades?
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot off the other mercenaries, they sell it off to a different brigade, or turn to merchants on the black market.
I feel like more people other than just Dehya should be concerned about this. This seems like something that, you know, the academia with the core of 30 might be concerned about. Other Eremite brigades, if they're getting attacked, like, I feel like there's several people who should be like, yeah, this is pretty bad.
A portion of their profits is immediately exchanged for more food and weaponry to be used in their next violent operation.
That's terrible!
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so desperate for Mora.
Yeah. Are they just that short on cash?
A few days ago, Isham and I trailed them for a while, and even disguised ourselves as merchants to conduct trade with them. We were able to learn a few things from the exchange.
That was risky, but, I mean, you're back at least.
Rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora, it'd probably be more accurate to say that they're experiencing an internal power struggle.
Oh. Also, I'm amazed they didn't just kill you. Like, you two disguised yourselves as merchants. The very people that you know they've been murdering and looting from. And you're back alive, so guess that's good.
Wait, a power struggle?
You heard me right. The vast majority of their victims are mercenaries from the other brigades of Deshret's relics.
Yeah, Jesus.
If their only goal is Mora, they could have gone after anybody. The targeted nature of their attacks points to a power struggle between the different brigades within the relics. That's the only plausible explanation we have.
Oh, okay. So I guess maybe part of the reason why it's not as big of an issue is that, you know, most of the people being killed are just other Deshret's relics brigades. So it's not even... It's, you know, some merchants and some other Eremites, but for the most part, it doesn't really matter.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to find out anything more specific. It seems they're also trying to keep things under wraps. Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as the Khan al-Akhmar became more and more active, Deshret's relics as a whole became a lot weaker.
They were able to cause so much damage that somehow makes things even more confusing.
It sounds mighty strange to me too. Haroon, you can leave the rest of the investigation to us. Gotta say though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole undercover mission during the few days I was gone. Sounds like you were really putting your necks on the line, no?
Yeah, where's the other guy? Is he alive?
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about the situation as you are. The Khan al-Akhmar is your father's crew after all.
What he said. Besides, Dehya, haven't you done more dangerous things than all of us combined? What we did is nothing compared to your experiences.
I'm sorry. This is a weird shot. I feel like if someone is, you know, sort of trying to be introduced mysteriously like this, it should be a bit of a shorter line. Like, maybe not as short as haha what he said, but there was just straight, like, you know, 5 or 6 seconds where it was just him talking and them staring directly at us. So who's this? Is this the other guy, or is this fucking Dia's father right here?
Yeah.
Oh.
And while they went to talk with Dakan al-Akmar, I took a look at the last camp they attacked.
Oh no, I assume these are other Blazing Beast members. Why was there such a mysterious introduction for these two normies?
Any survivors of the attack were already long gone. There was nothing of value left in the camp.
Ah, Hisham and Khalaf. You're here too.
Okay, so Hisham is here, so he's alive. And then this other guy, Khalaf.
We rushed over as soon as we saw you come into Caravan Rebat. Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind the ears, I'm sensing a special vibe from her.
Sir, you can't even see my ears from here. They're covered by my hair.
Now that we know you'll have a capable partner with you, we can also rest easy.
Hey, what about Paimon? Feel anything special?
You're just weird, Paimon.
Oh, you're also planning to tag along with them?
Don't fucking die.
Of course! Paimon is the traveler's most important guide. Wherever she goes, Paimon will follow.
That's right, that's right. Sorry, I just needed to check something.
Oh, in that case, then you'd better take care of her too, Dehya.
Don't underestimate Paimon!
I feel like there's nothing to underestimate, Paimon. There's like, you're already at the bottom of estimation. You can't, short of like you being already dead, I don't think there's anything to underestimate about your abilities.
Don't worry about her. She may look tiny and helpless, but she's been through just as many battles as the traveler here.
By technicality, I guess?
Even if she had only survived on sheer luck, then that alone would still make her quite formidable.
I had no idea. I guess I shouldn't judge by appearances.
Oh, one other thing, Dehya. When you're free, why don't you update the deputy about your upcoming schedule?
The deputy? About her schedule? They have a scheduler?
We held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the Flame Main. You weren't around at the time, so people were pretty disappointed to only find our crew of rough, unkempt guys. The deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people chose to stay, and that really got to him.
Dang. So their like organizer for recruitment was like, we're gonna have this big recruitment party, and everyone's gonna love it. We're gonna get a bunch of new members, and they were all just like, "Where's the hot chick? I came to see the flame lady, please." I wonder, does Dehya purposefully only accept like other male mercenaries so that, you know, she doesn't like catch feelings for any of her crew? She's like, well, I'm gay, so I can't, you know, I can't be having any other Lady Eremites here, or else I might start cheating on Dunyarzad and Candace more than I already am.
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor next time. I left in a hurry and I couldn't make it back in time for the event.
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment, though. You're our brigade's main selling point, after all. Now, if only the deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more smoking hot members into our ranks.
Okay, Hisham.
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple gals into the brigade? You all just froze up with your mouths gaping like a bunch of scarecrows.
Jesus.
The awkward silence and weird expressions left quite the impression on them. They were originally interested in joining us, but after that, they both told me they were too uncomfortable to stick around.
How do any... Now I'm wondering how any females join any brigades. Because I feel like that would be the case in pretty much any brigade that they joined. But there seems to be at least a decent number of them in the Eremites. There's the one axe lady. There's the water one, and then the wind, dendro, and pyro ones are all female. So I don't know what previous Eremite brigades they may have been a part of, if any. But like, dang.
Hey, didn't we agree to never bring that up again?
Huh? Wait, are you serious? Why have I never heard about this?
I don't think you were part of the brigade yet.
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that, and you weren't even gonna tell me?
A once-in-a-lifetime moment? What, to see women? What else happened?
All right. We can tell you about it later. Now's not the time.
Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham get your butts over here and tell me everything right now.
He looks so distraught.
Are they always like this?
More or less. There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. We're used to just speaking our minds. If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell right back at them. And if that doesn't put an end to it, then you just challenge them to a fight. But we also don't tend to take many things too seriously.
What was that?
Being direct and getting it all out of your system as soon as things come up is better than keeping everything bottled up, never talking about it.
Okay. Oh, there's just one again. I mean, I guess that's true. Gets it out of your system, so yeah.
That's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, then I'll unload on them. It's hard to stop once you get used to it. Though, I can never do that when I'm with the Homayanis.
Gotta have some composure.
Hey, knuckleheads! Can you at least tell me the rest of the intel before you go back to your bickering?
Yeah, you hear her, Holof? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first. I drew up a map. Right here is the spot. There you'll find the merchant caravan responsible for getting rid of Dakan al-Akhmar's looted goods.
The merchant caravan responsible for getting rid of their looted goods?
All you gotta do is wait and ambush them in the evening. They'll have no idea what hit them.
Oh.
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regards to everyone else in the brigade as well.
Will do. You stay safe, Dehya.
Okay. Watch over the trade route and wait for your moment. Oh, wow. It's like way in the jungle. Okay. But conveniently right next to a teleporter. So that's nice. I thought for sure it would be in the desert, but here we are.
This should be the place. Let's find a spot to hide and bide our time.
Yeah, we're kind of in the middle of the road right now. Let's hide.
It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another, so let's all be careful.
Okay, are we supposed to be hidden? Because we are not hidden. Unless it's... I don't know.
No need to worry. She knows her way around a fight.
Yep.
I'm not worried about that. What I meant is that we probably shouldn't go too hard on the enemy. After all, we still need to get information out of them.
Oh, you're worried I might just straight up murder everybody. Okay, that is a fair concern. That's fair. Why are the stars so hazy looking?
Ah, here they come. You ready?
Oh, I'm gonna have to kill the Sumpter Beast. Dang.
Let's not give them a chance to react and end this quickly.
Okay. Hi. Oh, I have Trial Dehya. Level 90 and everything. Any dialogue? Okay, no special dialogue. Okay.
Here comes the
I have to remember that its placement is a little different.
Where do you think you're going? Time for a light show.
Yeah, take that. Oh. That's right. Take that, Sitar. Oh, is he gonna recognize Dehya?
You're the Flame Main.
That's right.
Good. That saves me an introduction. All right, time for a little talk. Are you buddies with Dakana Lakmar now? Tell me, what are they after?
You know the code of being a mercenary just like everyone else. The first rule is to never divulge key information about our employer. What makes you think I'd talk?
Well, if you want to keep your tongue...
That might have worked on an amateur, but I know you're just looking to protect your reputation. Think about it, though. What's your reputation worth if you won't have the other tools you need to succeed in this line of work? Tools like, I don't know, your limbs or eyes?
Yikes. Yeah, no, I went with the only other thing that you could probably take, but yeah, I think hands and eyes and legs, kneecaps, yeah, those are probably a bit more important.
You've got 5 seconds. You might want to think twice about how much your employer's information is worth to you.
Whoa!
She knows what she's doing, fine. Don't worry, don't worry. She's probably only done that a few times.
I'm not joking around. We can do this the easy way or the painful way. 2 seconds.
I'll save you the trouble.
I'll save you the trouble. What, is he gonna break his own limbs or something? What?
Huh? Are you crazy?
Did he just fucking stab himself or something?
He tried to bite off his own tongue.
Oh my
Quick,
god.
search the area for any first aid supplies.
Holy crap. Wait. Holy crap.
I definitely didn't expect him to go that far. Thankfully, the wound wasn't too deep, and he just passed out from the pain.
Yeah, ow.
But why would he be so extreme?
Yeah, don't we have built-in, like, mechanisms in our brain that stop us from, like, biting off our tongue or, like, biting through our fingers or something like that? I thought we did, at least. He just overrode that. He was like, fuck. I'll save you the trouble of, like, torturing me by just offing myself right here. Damn.
I just wanted to test his mettle. You can get a lot of mercenaries to talk just by threatening them.
Yeah, Jesus.
I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much pain just to deny us some intel.
I guess he's really dedicated to this brigade he's in.
Well, he's out cold for now. We could wait for him to wake up, but maybe it's not a good idea to interrogate him any further. What should we do?
We gonna do good cop, bad cop?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be a waste of time to interrogate him again after that. He might just hurt himself again if we start asking.
Okay.
There are lots of goods around here. Let's search the area. Maybe we'll be able to find something. I'm really sorry.
I mean, don't be too sorry. Sitar is not gravely injured and will probably wake up soon. It should be okay to leave him here for a little while. As long as he doesn't go running off to warn his employers of our upcoming attack. Boxes. There are some weapons in the boxes, as well as a bunch of medicine and bandages. It seems like Dakan al-Ahmar is really up to no good. So they're getting weapons and medicine? That's... I feel like any mercenary brigade, up to good or no good, would need that stuff. So, check the transport. There are a lot of daily necessities like food and water in the boxes. It doesn't seem like there's anything noteworthy. Yep, that's pretty normal. And backpack, this is gonna have like an atomic bomb in it or something. Yep.
We found a piece of paper with a bunch of names on it. Maybe it's a record of something.
Oh no, I hope Jet didn't join this brigade.
Let me take a look. If this really is a merchant caravan, they should have a record of their transactions. Yep. I see an entry for Dakana Lakmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takriti.
Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takriti. Is this like a kill the 4 people type of mission?
All familiar names. Dakana Lakmar has been trading for a hefty supply of food, weapons, and medicine. It seems that in the past, they used to receive some canned knowledge as well.
But that's not really useful anymore now, is it?
This caravan is just one link in their logistics chain. Once in the rainforest, the caravan will exchange the looted goods for Mora, and the funds will then be passed to a specific person.
Okay.
That person will then pack the caravan full of necessary goods, which will then be brought right back to Dakana Lakmar.
You've just described trade. I don't know if this is supposed to be like revelationary or if this is supposed to be maybe more secretive than just trade. But yeah, that's all you're describing. They took the stuff that they looted from people after killing them. They brought it into the rainforest, got money for it, and then used that money to buy, like, food. Whoa.
Wait, why is there no Mora value recorded for the final transaction?
Generosity? I don't know.
No value?
Yeah.
Worthless.
Every transaction before the last one was marked with an exact amount of Mora, but the final one, where they paid for everything to be brought back to the desert, was simply marked as delivered.
Maybe they just did a total just exchange. They didn't even bring Mora into it. They were like, here's the goods that I killed people for, and now give me food. Maybe the Mora amount just happened to cancel. Yeah, exactly.
Perhaps. But they couldn't have known how much they would make off selling the loot. Do they not care about profit margins at all?
Dia's like, they're not running like a proper business.
Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. There are a lot of entries. Everything was probably sourced from the rainforest. Huh?
Huh? My mother's wedding ring?
What's wrong?
I don't know.
Shazaman Homayani?
Shazaman Homayani? Wait, did they rob from him, trade with him, or he's part of the brigade?
Homayani? You mean Dunyarzad's family? Could it just be another family with the same last name?
Yeah. I mean, there's gotta be, like, hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of people in Sumeru, canonically speaking. So, yeah, the chances are it's possible.
I'd be surprised to find someone with the exact same first and last name.
Oh, first and last
Shazaman
name.
Homayani is Dunyarzad's father, and the head of the Homayani family.
Yeah, okay. First and last name is a bit more rare, I guess.
Just what the heck is going on here?
Calm down, Dia. Let's analyze the situation first.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll consider what we found and not jump to conclusions just yet. But what this piece of paper confirms is that the Homayani family has been providing goods to Dakana Lakmar.
Oh, so they've been providing goods. Like, goods as in the food and water, or goods as in what they trade for the food and water?
What if the Homayanis have been kept in the dark and don't know they've been trading with Dakana Lakmar?
That's true.
That's a possibility. But if that was the case, why is this caravan specifically named Shazaman as their person of contact?
I don't know.
They could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly from Caravan Rebat or Port Ormos.
That is a good question. If Shazaman was actually aware of this, then perhaps he's been supplying the brigade's operations this entire time. Oh my god. So both you and Dunyarzad's fathers might be evil. Or, since they're trading with each other so much, maybe they're just maybe your guys' fathers are in a relationship just like you two are. That's the revelation.
Yeah, funding violence and looting. The brigade gets the goods, and he is paid the proceeds from the sale of the loot.
Dang.
But why would he do something like this? It's not like the Homianis are in need of money.
Yeah, seriously.
I honestly have no idea.
Especially not anymore, now that Dunyarzad is better. They don't need to pay for, like, medical supplies every 2 seconds.
I've been to their estate many times, and I've never noticed anything suspicious.
Maybe this is blackmail. Maybe it's not even real.
The only
Forged.
potentially large expenditure I could think of would be the treatment costs for Dunyarzad's Elazar. Maybe they borrowed a lot of Mora in the past, but that's still just a speculation. I don't think the Master would stoop so low to make Mora.
Yeah, I know they're rich, but are they in any sort of business? Like, do they just own land, or did they run a super successful food and water business? I don't know. I don't think Dunyarzad knows anything about this either.
You're probably right. I know my lady's personality, and she wouldn't deliberately keep something like this from us.
Dunyarzad is actually the heavenly sustainer of the... You know what I mean.
What should we do now? All we found is just another mystery.
If we want to get to the bottom of this, we won't be able to turn back.
If you ask me, we already have no choice but to confront her about this.
Huh. Or just go straight to her father. I don't know why we would even need to bring Dunyarzad into this.
I'm not worried. It's too early to make a verdict yet. I still have faith in the Homiyanis. Let's go find my lady again. We'll tell her everything and see if she's willing to lend us her support. If we're lucky, we can not only figure out the mystery of this paper, but also follow the trail of breadcrumbs to the people responsible at Dekhan al-Akmar.
So, yeah, I guess one of my questions is, if we know, or at least knew, where their camp was, why aren't we just going straight there? Is there a specific reason why we're doing this whole roundabout song and dance kind of a thing?
Dehya, are you sure this is the best decision? What if instead of getting the help we need,
Oops.
we just end up revealing everything we've discovered to the enemy?
Yeah, I mean, as long as Dunyarzad isn't the enemy.
I've considered that possibility. But even still, I want to tell her what we found. I think I owe her that much. True friendship is built on trust. She showed genuine concern for me when we first brought up the topic. I can't repay her kindness with doubt and suspicion. That's not how I deal with people.
Yeah.
You're right. Paimon wants to trust Dunyarzad too.
I hope we'll be of help to her.
Yeah. Let's pay another visit to Sumeru City.
Okay. Caravan accounts. And now Annals of the Scarlet Sands is the next quest. Can I read the thing I got? Nope. Just accounts obtained from your target caravan. The information on it mostly relates to Dekhan al-Ahmar. Apart from the large amount of data and information on the movement of loot, the fact that Dunyarzad's father was named is quite concerning. Is the guy still on? The guy's still here. Are you dead? Okay, he's probably still alive. Hang on. I'm just gonna get my burst back for Yelan real quick here. Boom. Give me all the particles. Oh, that was close. You missed. Okie doke. Back to Dehya. I know technically speaking, for immersion's sake, I'd probably want to be playing as Traveler, not Dehya, but my Dehya is built and my Traveler's not, so... I thought you were just renting this place, Dunyarzad. Did you fucking buy the house?
We're back, my lady.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have run into any trouble then. Well, how did it go? What did you come up with?
Yeah, we just asked them to stop killing people, and they were like, oh, okay, cool.
Actually, we are still investigating.
Yeah, actually.
It's just that we've discovered something strange.
I see. The clues you found have led you back here, in the city?
Something like that. Yeah.
You all look a little dispirited. Whatever you found must not have been very encouraging after all.
No, not exactly.
Why don't you discuss it with me? Maybe I'll be able to say something to cheer you up?
Sure.
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about me being upset with my father or anything like that. How should I put this?
I like how, like, 2 seconds ago, Dehya was talking about, being very straightforward. If you're annoyed, you just yell at them. If you're, having a good time, you just laugh with them. And now as soon as she's with Dunyarzad, she's like, well, you see, how do I say this?
So something is wrong. Even the Traveler and Paimon have been uncharacteristically quiet.
Just tell her already,
On
man.
any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a smile and shouted, Dunyarzad, we're back! So tell me, what happened?
Well...
Just tell her already.
My lady, please prepare yourself for what we're going to tell you next. It concerns the Master.
The Master? You mean my father?
No, I'm talking about some other guy.
Okay, I understand. Don't worry about me. I'll listen as attentively as I can.
Dehya manages to explain the results of the investigation to Dunyarzad.
My father has been supplying goods to Dakan al-Akmar?
That's right, your dad's part of the problem.
Yeah, it makes as little sense to us as it does to you. I've never doubted the Master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever support an infamous brigade like them. Maybe he's not actually aware of the full story and just stumbled into the deal by accident.
That feels unlikely, though.
I can't help but agree with the Traveler.
Huh? You mean you feel the same way, Dunyarzad?
Thank you for sharing all this information with me. Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that I've been harboring for quite a while.
Oh? Oh? Have you been a little sus of your father for a while?
In the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me so that I wouldn't run away and get lost. However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the Corps of 30. Why did my father go out of his way to hire Dehya?
I mean, Dehya is one of the most powerful Eremites out there with a great reputation, so that's one way to look at it, but otherwise you think it's out of a connection with her father?
About that. Well, the Homayanis really needed bodyguards, so they reached out to the Blazing Beasts. Later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his bodyguards. He offered me a pile of Mora, so I just signed on.
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just think about it. Why did my father specifically reach out to the Blazing Beasts?
Yeah.
Maybe the Corps of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or maybe someone recommended us. I've never given it too much thought. I think I get what you're saying. You think none of this was a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seems strange or out of place. But there are many parts of the story that don't actually make any sense.
Well, continue.
If my father had always been in contact with the Khan al-Akmar, then it would make sense for him to bring Dehya into our house.
I guess. I'm surprised he wouldn't have just hired one of these more violent mercenaries then if he was so chummy with them. But, you know, maybe it was, once again, just sort of a thing that Dehya's father wanted.
You mean the goal all along was to get Dehya to be your bodyguard?
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my life anymore.
He's been in the background this whole time.
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
So, the Master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
That's what things are looking like at this point. It seems... It is a little weird, though, that Dunyarzad was like, parts of this story just don't make any sense. But now that I know that it might be connected to your father, Dehya, it makes more sense. And then she doesn't really elaborate on the parts of the story that don't make sense. Because it's like, it could have just been a coincidence. It seems entirely possible, at least to me. But I guess not, at least from her perspective.
Sorry we put all this on you so suddenly, Dunyarzad.
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually be thanking you. Regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group of mercenaries, then it's my duty to bring him back to reason.
But is that really the right thing to do? My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him. I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same. However, the Homiyani family has treated me with nothing but generosity and kindness.
Yeah.
If we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homiyani family. I would be biting the hand that's fed me over all these years.
Dehya.
It's alright, Dehya. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that I'm the one who instructed you to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, if the hand that feeds you, if you find out that the hand that's been feeding you has been, at the same time, been viciously murdering other people, it's, you know, sometimes you just gotta find a new hand to feed you. Or feed yourself, maybe? I don't know.
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
Hey, it's still too early to give up hope. What was that thing about friendship again?
True friendship is built on trust.
Right, yeah, trust. You said that yourself, Dehya. Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've confirmed all the facts.
If your trust hasn't been misplaced, then he probably has many conflicting feelings as well. Maybe he was forced into doing this. Who knows?
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I should always remember the trust that I've placed in people. In which case, my lady, could you ask the Master to come out and have a chat with us?
Yeah, we get to see Dunyarzad's father. Turns out it's a czar.
Sure thing.
That'd be a crazy
I
twist.
also hope he'll be able to give us a logical explanation. Let's meet at the usual place then.
Oh gosh, the bench.
Usual place? Ah, right.
Is it the fucking bench? Fucking is. Okay. Also, I was looking at Dehya's character model for a second. It looks like she's just got like, I don't know if these used to be jeans that she's wearing or if they were always like kind of on the shorter side. But it straight up just looks like she had jeans and they just got fucking torn to shreds. Because her left leg is way shorter than the pants on her right leg. And it even looks like the one on her right leg goes down, like, into her boot a little bit. Anyway. I gotta use this speed boost before it becomes nighttime. Because Dehya runs faster during the daytime. Alright. Where is he? Nope, that's not them. Where is he?
Thank you for coming, sir.
Oh. He looks fucking very normal.
Please allow me to introduce these two. This is the Traveler, and next to her is her travel companion, Paimon.
He's got a ponytail.
Ah, yes. My daughter has mentioned them from time to time. It's a privilege to finally meet them in person.
He doesn't look as old as I thought he was gonna be. He's got, like, his hair looks like it's getting a little bit gray, but he doesn't really have many of those old wrinkles. Shazaman.
But we may skip all the pleasantries for now. What is the important matter you wish to discuss with me today?
He also sounds familiar. I know, obviously, with such a huge game, the voice actors do many different voices, but I do try to place it sometimes.
Well, we wanted to bring this transaction record to your attention. There's something on this record that we're all pretty curious about.
Yeah.
So, that's what you found. Huh. Seems like I can't keep everything from you much longer.
This is Ida from the Caribbear quest. I'm pretty sure. It sounds very similar.
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like an explanation.
Or, spoiler warning, Clotar. His real name, Clotar.
Well, it's a long and difficult story. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing.
It might just be his mannerisms and diction, but it sounds a little similar.
What I do know, though, Dehya, is that the truth will bring you no solace. If anything, it will likely cause you a great amount of anguish.
Okay, well, hearing the truth is better than not hearing the truth.
Wait, me?
Yes.
I
understand
your father.
perfectly why you came to see me. And I am touched by your collective commitment to do the right thing. But knowledge always comes at a price. And sometimes, as they say, ignorance is bliss.
Bro, is this actually her father? Oh no, that would mean that her and Dunyarzad are sisters, and now they can't date anymore. Unless they move to Alabama.
Your father, Kusela, and I both believed that.
Unless maybe he was just buddy-buddy with Kusela?
Of course, you have the right to seek and learn the truth, but I must warn you. The facts of this matter may reduce everything you've built for yourself into sand, blowing in the wind.
So he's basically saying, if I tell you this story and what this means, it could just ruin your life, like her whole brigade, everything, her name, like just all gone. All right, sure.
If you must proceed, then Kusela's heartfelt efforts will also fade into the wind like a fleeting mirage.
What? Heartfelt efforts from her kind of abusive father.
His heartfelt efforts. I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not sure I follow.
I don't follow either. She doesn't even think he's done any heartfelt efforts, really. And yet, I don't know. Just tell me what
I've made it this far
happened.
in life without a single drop of my father's support. I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world, as well as people and causes that I've chosen to cherish and fight for. None of these things have anything to do with him.
Except they all do.
I came here today to support you as the head of the Homiyani family. No warning will change my stance on that.
I understand. Then let me tell you a little story.
Me and your father are super gay for each other.
Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was just a baby. Along the way, we were attacked by bandits.
I remember... So, I just got Dehya to Friendship 4, which unlocked a new little conversation in the teapot. And it mentioned that the Adventurers Guild once got a commission to take some people into the desert to see the siltwater lakes that form. But afterwards, the Adventurers Guild never took any commission like that ever again. So... is this it? Is this what this is related to? Maybe, or maybe not.
They had superior numbers and quickly overpowered our bodyguards. When all seemed lost, a group of passerby Eremites lent us their support.
Uh-huh.
Those Eremites were Kusela's brigade, Dekhan al-Ahmar.
Wow.
Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries, just like themselves. I was shocked. Why would Dekhan al-Ahmar go so far to save us and not spare the fellow Eremites?
Yeah, I guess because he's a cool dude? But also, I mean, it could have just been a big old setup.
Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyarzad. She was startled by his unfamiliar face and nearly started crying.
Really? I never knew.
He said that he had no particular reason to help us. He just took pity on us because he had a daughter about the same age. We started talking about our children, and I sensed that he was a devoted father.
Sure.
To repay his kindness, I hired his brigade to help out at our estate for a time, and offered everyone generous remuneration.
Uh-huh.
So, that's what happened.
It was many years before I saw him again. I almost didn't recognize him the next time he came knocking on my door.
Oh, he's got a cane. That's a cool looking cane, though. Also, we're seeing... they gave the mysterious intro to those two guys earlier, and now Dehya's father, who feels like he ought to be a bit more of an important introduction, is just shown, just no problem, just sitting on a bench. Sheesh.
The man I knew to be strong and healthy had been reduced to a shell of himself. He couldn't even walk anymore without his cane.
So, what happened to him? He was perfectly fine when I left the brigade.
Well, you left the brigade, what, like 15 years ago or something?
I'm not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change was his cheery disposition. He said there was absolutely nothing to worry about and that he had gotten into a fight. That was all.
Huh.
He then suddenly asked me if Dunyarzad, now that she had grown, would need a bodyguard of her own.
So, Dehya mentioned what was it? Dekana off Mars, run by my father, or something like that. Has she just assumed that for the last, whatever, decade or more, not even thinking to get new intel?
At the time, Dunyarzad was going through a particularly severe bout of her Elazar. There was no need for her to have a bodyguard when she could barely leave the house.
Oh, you know what? That's a good point. If Dunyarzad mentioned that earlier, that would have been a very good point.
But he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, it never hurts to be safe. How do you know a bodyguard won't come in handy one day? I was completely lost at first, until he recommended the Blazing Beasts, and in particular, a mercenary named Dehya.
So he was the one who recommended Dehya to you.
Indeed. He didn't say it out loud, but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would eventually corrupt every member in their ranks.
Oh? You've managed to get all that from just him being there.
He was already beyond redemption, but he hoped that he would be able to detach his daughter from the vicious world of mercenary life.
Okay, so he was kind of accepting that he was at least a little bit evil, if not pretty evil.
If Dehya could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard, then gradually her affinity for the desert would decrease, and she'd be able to leave her previous life behind.
And that's why you offered her such generous compensation?
Yes, but not just because of that. From the moment that he asked me for that favor, I also began to see Dehya as my own daughter.
Wow, okay, buddy.
And that's also why I tried to persuade you to stay when you asked for permission to leave. I was willing to spend however much it took. Kusela saved my daughter and I all those years ago in the desert. I could never refuse him entrusting his daughter to me.
He was always like that, acting like he's oh so smart and self-righteous.
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Dehya's fees. I refused to take any mora from him, but he'd always send me funds anyway. Eventually, I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. And that went on for a while until I received another letter from him a few years ago.
He fucking died.
The letter contained a request to help him buy food, weapons, medicine, and even explosive materials.
So what is this? Extortion?
Wait! Isn't that around the time that Dekana Akhmar started becoming more aggressive?
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, I became wary. I wanted to meet him face to face to discuss things.
Oh, has he been like dead for a while now, but yet no one's seen him?
But by then, he was no longer receptive to my requests to talk. If I had to guess, it's probably because he doesn't want to put Dehya at risk.
Or he's just dead and people are sending you letters pretending to be him. But by that same token, he should have also stopped asking you for materials.
That thought occurred to me as well. I figured that he probably came to me for help because he had nobody else to turn to. After some deliberation, I decided to send him some food and medicine. I turned down all his requests for explosives and weaponry. I am aware that even such a reduced gesture of support could lead to others coming to harm, but I could not simply reject his plea for help. In the end, it probably was the wrong decision. I plugged my ears to the rumors and just chose a solution that made me feel least guilty about myself.
If you can, please tell me where he is now.
I thought, see, the thing earlier was her guy that we met with who gave us the information talked about disguising themselves as merchants and going into their camp to trade with them. So why couldn't we just go to that camp? again? Have we been... I don't know.
None of the things he's doing right now make any sense if he's just trying to keep me from getting tangled up in his world. If all he wants to do is steer clear of me, then maybe he shouldn't have brought me into this world in the first place.
Damn. Okay, Dehya.
Oh no. Dehya, please don't feel that way.
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head around any of his actions.
Maybe there's another way of looking at all this. Can you try to believe in him just one more time? No. No, I just... Don't get me wrong. People do stuff for different reasons. Some bad, some good. And I don't think anyone is inherently evil or bad. But I don't know. I have... There's a... I have a grudge, maybe, against trying to sort of forgive abusive parents in media. I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but that's the way that my brain decided to put it. Anyway... I guess I'll just say the first thing.
Another way? I don't know. I knew him, and he was nothing more than a childish brute. I can't understand what's going through his head. But I guess you do have a point. We haven't uncovered the whole truth yet. We still need to figure out his exact actions and reasoning for these last few years.
It's gonna turn out that, like, these other Eremite groups in Deshret's relics were planning on killing Dehya's brigade or something like that, so that's why he had to kill them all. That's my assumption, at least.
I'll do my best to help. Of course, anything between the two of you would need to be resolved between you and him alone.
I feel like I've been spitballing theories this whole time, as I usually do, so... One of them's gotta be right?
I don't know Kusela's exact whereabouts. Outside of supplying his brigade with some goods, I tried my best to avoid getting involved any further with him.
It's probably a wise decision.
However, there's a man on the list named Jawed. He used to be a mercenary in the desert and is now a member of the Corps of 30.
Ah.
He's responsible for supplying weapons and liaising with the Dakan al-Akhmar's merchant caravan. I think he should know Kusela's whereabouts.
Okay.
I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy the cool wind at night outside the tavern. Maybe you'll be able to find him there.
I was just gonna ask the Core 30 people, but okay, sure.
Understood.
We'll wait.
Thank you, sir.
All the way till nighttime.
Then I guess this is bye for now, unless...
I'll stay and be with my father here. To be honest, I'm still a little dazed and haven't finished processing everything quite yet. My father has indeed done something wrong, but if I think about it, I'm also not sure if there was a right way to handle this problem. I feel like our only course of action is to turn everything we know over to the Corps of 30 and let them render judgment.
Yeah, I feel like we should at least notify the cops of this. If they haven't heard about it already.
Yes. I am prepared to accept whatever verdict they choose. It's time to face my mistakes.
Thank you, Shazaman. Are they still here? Nope. They've been replaced by Lemta and Avena. Yeah, okay, look for Javad outside the tavern at night. I'll go with 10 o'clock. Or sorry, 8 o'clock. Don't mind me being stupid. Is this him? Jawad, that's the guy. For a second I thought I saw a little quest marker. Like a side quest marker.
Who are you guys?
I don't know.
I know what
Who
you've
are
been
you?
up to. Smuggling weapons to violent brigades in the desert while working for the Corps? Pretty bold, if you ask me.
Dia's gone back to the straightforward talk.
Shh. Keep your voice down. How do you know all that? Come with me. We should take this elsewhere. I'll be happy to talk things over once we're somewhere private.
Don't even think about leading us into an ambush.
This place should do. All right.
Just behind the
Back to
tavern.
my question. How did you all know about me?
We're the ones asking the questions here.
Don't worry about that for now.
Yeah.
You know what kind of punishment you'll face once we report you to the Corps, I assume.
Wait. There's no need to jump the gun. Let's talk this out. What are your terms?
So what's in it for you anyway, Mora?
Probably.
Well, I was a little tight on money at the time, and Kusela took good care of me in the past. I waited in my mind, and I couldn't find a reason to turn the opportunity down. I wouldn't only be helping my benefactor, but I could also make some quick Mora.
Let me tell you how it is. We're investigating Dakana Lakmar, and we're gonna put an end to their operations.
Not my Mora.
If you provide some help for us, then we might just put in a good word later to reduce the terms of your punishment.
Hey, why don't we discuss this a little first? Listen, I made quite a bit of Mora from my last run. You just give me a number, and I'm sure we can...
10 trillion Mora.
Shut it.
Yeah.
My patience is running out. You should know when a mercenary is after something other than money.
All right, sheesh. But you gotta promise you'll put in some nice words for me later. They're always on the move. Here's the spot they were at the last time I made my delivery to the desert. Feel free to go have a look. I'm just telling you, though, it's not on me if they're not there anymore.
That's
Sure.
fair.
And then you can forget about any nice words from us.
Hey, come on. Now you're just being unreasonable.
Really? And how do I know you're not leading us straight into a trap? Don't forget, you're the one with no bargaining chips.
Damn.
All right, I get it. Why don't you go take a look, and if they're not there anymore, I'll try to figure out something else for y'all.
I mean, you've got to know where they are eventually. If you keep supplying supplies to them, well, I guess that might take too long. If we intercepted the caravan from this month, then, you know, maybe they're already at next month's location or something.
Now that's more like it. Let's move. And as for you, try to stick around the city until we get back. You don't want us to call the folks from the Corps and have them drag you back to the city.
Yeah. We can still talk to him?
Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere.
Don't worry, I'm not going. Back to Sad. Sad Jawad. Wow, 3,000 meters away. I always forget how huge Sumeru is. Come on. There we go. Jesus Christ. Yeah, seriously. I feel like Sumeru, just Sumeru, is kind of as big, if not bigger, than the entire 1.0 map. Like, I feel like since from 3.0 to 3.4, we've gotten more map than there was at the beginning of the game at all. Anyway, so right there. Hopefully this won't take too much longer. I was hoping to be done in like around the 2-hour mark.
Stay close. No going off on your own. The desert doesn't take prisoners.
Wow, so wait, you delivered all the way from the city down to here? That's a long fucking way. How'd you have that much fucking paid vacation time?
Seems like we're in luck. That should be their camp right up ahead.
Alright, I count 1, 2, maybe a third guy back there. 4.
Let's go. We'll finally get to the bottom of this ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm here to see Kusela. Tell him to get out here.
Takriti.
Dehya, why are you here?
Why are you here, Dehya? Ow. Okay. Actually, just curious, what, Oh, okay, Trial Dehya is C3. Interesting. Oops. Ah, shit.
I'll protect us. The fuse is lit.
Haven't you all done enough?
Idrisi.
Are you also here to stop us?
Stay out of this. It's got nothing to do with you.
Oh, she doesn't have her burst yet? Can I get him? I can get him. Easy.
Fire hazard.
Let's just fucking... let's just kill him. So this is the other 3.
She's so strong.
Yeah, holy crap. Did I actually beat up this many of them? Probably.
Enough fighting. We all know each other, and I don't want to take things too far. Just bring Kusela to me. There's no use hiding him anymore.
Kusela died a few years ago. Yup, he's dead.
Did you understand a single word I just said? Or do I need to bash your skull in some more?
All right, everyone, let's all just calm down for a second. Dehya, the boss can't come out and see you anymore.
He's fucking dead.
He died a long time ago.
Long time ago? How long ago?
What?
Yeah.
Seems like you've been out of the loop for a while. Guess that's for the best, though. At least, that's what the old man wanted.
Yeah, I guess I kind of figured.
When did he die? What happened to him?
I'm surprised that you didn't get this intel at any point. Like, I know she cut off contact with him, but you would have thought that one of these guys would have been like, hey, by the way, your father died. You know, that would have been just a little courteous.
A few years ago, Kusela broke up Dakan al-Ahmar and went to the Deshret's Relics headquarters by himself.
Oh. But you guys are still Dakan al-Ahmar, apparently.
So is that when you guys started acting up?
We would prefer to call it taking revenge. Every last person in Deshret's Relics must pay in blood for what they did.
So, what'd they do?
Let me start from the beginning. Dehya, do you know how the head of the Relics maintained order internally?
Overwhelming strength and unquestionable authority?
Those were a part of it, yes. But just those on their own weren't enough. They had another tool at their disposal. They called it a person's record.
Oh?
Regardless of whether they joined by their own will or were coerced, every person in Deshret's Relics were forced to leave a record of themselves at headquarters.
So what, is this their own version of the fucking Akasha?
Whether it be their deepest sin, some unforgivable act, or their most immoral exploit, the records serve both as a symbol of loyalty and the perfect material for blackmail.
Well, that just sounds like it kind of sucks. Kusela thought there was no escaping the records.
That's precisely it. Every one of us have a record. Me, Bashar, Tikriti, and all the boys who grew up with Dehya and ended up joining our ranks. But you, Dehya, you were never asked to provide a record, were you?
I mean, what record could she provide at age, like, 5? Even if she didn't leave until, like, her teens, what, her worst deed is, like, she, like, I don't know, stole a candy bar?
I never even knew this was a requirement.
You were probably the only person in all of Deshret's Relics who didn't know about it.
Ever since you were born, Boss had been trying to shield you from this organization's sinister rules. Not only that, but he also banned all of us from committing any nefarious acts. He said he'd take care of the dues we had to pay regularly to headquarters. But in the end, he was just an ordinary person. What could he do? He was forced to go to headquarters again and again to account for missed dues and incomplete records. He'd come up with all kinds of excuses and get beaten up as a result.
Damn.
We all knew he was doing that for you. He wanted to get you out of this world, no matter what it took.
And that's why he became a shell of himself and couldn't walk without a cane.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I didn't know about any of this, and I'd never seen him get injured or beaten.
Because you were too young at the time. How would you ever tell between wounds from a beating and wounds from battle? When you left home after that final argument with him, he seemed to age by a decade overnight. Even his hair went gray.
Damn.
So, even the blazing beasts were...
Yep. It was all his doing. Had he not arranged them to come to you, you probably would have been reduced to a pulp before you ever left the desert.
Oh, so the blazing beasts came to get her?
A few years ago, Boss said he needed to make another trip to headquarters. He was already pretty weak then, and we all assumed he was going to get beaten again.
So I'm surprised headquarters didn't take matters a bit more seriously. Like, they were just like, oh, yeah, you don't have the money? Well, we're just gonna beat you up, send you home. Never, threatened to beat up anyone else, didn't, kill him, didn't send over a new leader to actually, oversee everything. They just kept on fucking clowning on this man?
I suggested that he hand the role of leadership over to me, but he said there was no longer any need, since the Khan al-Ahmar would soon be no more. His words made no sense to me. But that night, we heard that a massive fire tore through headquarters and razed everyone's records to ash.
I'm amazed he didn't do that sooner.
Everyone gained their freedom that night. Many members fled, not just from our ranks, but from the other brigades as well. But how could we leave with a clear conscience? All of us who knew exactly what had happened.
So, you've just been, murdering all the other people?
The boss can't have just died for nothing. Those heartless jerks at headquarters took him from us.
From that point on, the sole purpose of the Khan al-Ahmar became revenge.
That's a lot of revenge to be... who else? Just the leaders? Or... Because it's from the sounds of it, you've been killing a whole lot of people.
The big fire that Boss started was quite a blow to headquarters' strength. It's given us the opportunity to launch our attack. Even though we're outnumbered, we vowed to see our revenge through to the very end.
But Deshret's relics haven't been the only victims of your revenge.
There were people from headquarters who changed their names and went into hiding. Some fled to other brigades, and others escaped to the rainforest. But we won't let any of them escape our wrath. They'll all pay for what they've done.
We've suffered plenty of losses as well. To keep going, we need an enormous amount of supplies, from food and medicine to weaponry and explosives. All we can do is exchange our loot from Mora, and then use that to get supplies. We forged Boss's handwriting and sent out many letters to his former friends. Thankfully, many people were willing to come to our aid. We were also able to attract many mercenaries who shared our goal. We've endured unspeakable pain to win many impossible battles.
Jesus. So... Okay.
Deshret's relics have become weaker and weaker, and now we finally have an opportunity to directly strike their headquarters.
What are y'all gonna do after this, several years long mission is over?
Paimon Paimon doesn't know what to say anymore.
Responding to violence with more violence will only cause more pain. Do you have any idea the amount of damage you've done? I don't know. It's like, yeah, they might have deserved it. A lot of the people, though, you've killed might not have deserved it.
We do know right from wrong, but we were sinners from the very beginning.
Sinner.
We do not deserve the freedom that the boss won for us with his life.
Yo, this guy's the fucking Abyss guy. He's the sinner.
Boss always loved his old-fashioned hero stories.
That glare.
Those tales about sacrificing yourself to save the world. We used to always laugh at him for it. But in the end, he really went and lived those stories out himself.
Damn.
As for me, I never considered myself a hero. We're all the lowest of the low. We have no right to even imagine such an existence.
Okay, that's a little much. But hey, I guess at least they're admitting that they've done some pretty heinous things.
But maybe those hero stories he liked foreshadowed everything that was to come. The spirit of the hero touched all those he had saved, and more people joined his cause. Maybe we were all just acting along with the play in the beginning. But as we acted the parts and recited the lines, we were drawn in. And now, we want to see the story through to the end. I'm sorry, Dehya. I know you always found us insufferable ever since you were young. Just think of this as a madman ranting.
Dang.
I'll go with you.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Dehya? You wanna go with them?
I mean, we have to do one final domain, right?
I grew up with these guys, and I know they're not bad people. It's just that some situations get so bad that it's difficult to tell good from evil. All I know is that Deshret's relics must be destroyed. Furthermore, I want to go see the place for myself. I want to know if my father is still there.
Just his corpse, or if he's not actually dead?
I know you don't want to get involved in this, so there's no need for you to tag along. I can do this on my own.
I promised to Dunyazad to support you. I'm on your side, Dehya.
Yeah. Paimon feels like we'd only regret it if we don't see this through to the end.
Thank you. We'll be a lot stronger together with you.
Yeah.
I bet Boss would lose his mind if he ever knew you'd join us at the very last moment like this.
Considering all the losses and injuries we sustained, we can't afford to turn down someone as powerful as you.
He can think whatever he wants. But the fact is, I owe him this much.
Huh? Hey. Sincerity's Facade. Go to the hiding place of Deshret's relics. Which is way up north. Way up there. I can talk to some people, though. How are you, Ayub?
I guess it all comes down to this.
That's right. And you, Mirza?
What a bummer.
What a bummer.
I just had to get injured now, right before the final fight.
Sorry.
Be sure to punch one of them for me, huh?
I can do that, because I'll have Dehya. I'll go bam, bam, and then hit him with a punch. Or I'll just use her burst, either one. Anyone over here? Nope, no one over here. I'll grab some of these tomatoes, a circlet, some iron, I guess. And then whatever this is over here. Oh, an enigmatic page. Hey, that's the last one I needed for this set. Very cool. Oh, and I just need one more for Toki Alley Tales 3. Cool. So, hopefully this doesn't take a huge amount of time, because I'm hoping to be done within the next, oh, 20 minutes maybe? I'm just kind of walking around here. I got whatever treasure chest is over here, right? I think so. Okay. That one is gonna be way far down. Can I get up easily from here? Do they have the little sigils that I can zip up to? Or am I gonna have to climb? Oh, no, they just have a fucking wind current. Is this always here, or is this just here because I'm in Dia's quest? Oh my god. Oh. I assume this is only here because of Dia's quest? Oh, hey guys. They don't even care. Oh. Oh my god, I can't fucking see. Ooh.
This the entrance?
Sheesh.
We sure didn't run into much trouble on the way here.
Whew.
Should be. I don't think they have enough manpower left to post guards and defend their perimeters.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was a lot of fucking flying around. Is that... Oh no, that's just the tip of a tree. I thought there was an obelisk for a second. Anything up here? Oops. Nope, doesn't look like there's anything up here. Oh, there's a little tent. Anyone home? No. Nope, looks like whoever was here is long gone. Okay. I always say, oh, I hope this doesn't take too long as I waste time running around. One of the things that
Stay close. No going off on your own.
The desert doesn't take prisoners. Yeah, that's right. One of the things that I do kind of dislike a little bit about getting the trial character, if you have the character in your party already, is just that it messes up your order. Because I usually have Dehya on 3 here, but she's going to be put on spot 4. So, but I digress. Bygone glories past. Led by Kusela's old comrades, you arrive at the final hideout of Deshret's relics. Fierce resistance is to be expected within, but it is time to call in curtains for vengeance, whether old or new. Anyone with shields of any kind? No, but there are these primal constructs, which I might want some Dendro and Electro for. But, I mean, I kind of do like this team. It'll probably be fine. If I can kill them fast enough, it should be fine. Yep.
Wow.
Oof.
Paimon didn't expect it to look like this on the inside.
What do you mean? It was literally a door to an ancient ruin, and it's an ancient ruin, and you're like, no way. Also, holy crap, we actually brought a small army. This is like, almost, like, this is the size of the army that was brought to fight, like, in the Inazuma quest line. When you went to the beach and there was like the Resistance Army and the Shogunate Army. This is like the same number of people.
They should all be holed up in here. Don't know how many people they've got left, though.
Who cares? We'll round up all of them.
And kill them, I
Still,
guess.
we should be careful. Even if they've only got one shot left, it could still take us out.
Yeah, but I mean also, like, do we know all of these people were responsible for what happened? Because it seems there's got to be at least a few people who were just kind of got caught up in all this. If we're trying to be, like, moral here, but I've been through a situation like this before.
We'll know what they're really capable of once we've landed some hits on them.
Yeah.
Deshret's relics may have been a force to be reckoned with before, but their name means nothing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't
Yeah.
stand a chance with you here. I'll take the lead. I've been here once before.
Oh. Okay. Oh shit, they're actually wait, guys. They just fucking run right on in. I gotta explore. See if there's any treasure chests. Oh, can't go that way. I am guessing I can't go down there. I don't want to lose all my bursts. Oh, they're already fighting. Okay, guess we're just going straight in. Alrighty. Yeah, here I'll go fight this guy
Things are
first.
about to get dicey.
Let the show be. The fuse is lit.
Pew 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 pew. No fight music, apparently. Oh, sorry, don't have my,
Let's get it on!
gotta get my little bit of damage in. Oh wait, actually, this is Trial Dia, so I should have better stats. Actually, what are Trial Dia's stats? Oh yeah, that is that's quite the crit ratio, but it's definitely better than my crit ratio on her. 90 and 90. Wow, okay. Do I have my yeah, I can compare actually. Sure is something, huh? Ow. Boom.
Game's up. Fun's over. Look alive. Hi. I'll protect us. Fire hazard.
Alright, let's just fuck him up.
Quietly now.
I didn't even
This
get
way,
to see.
follow me. We're almost there.
Okay, can I... Urgh! I do appreciate that there's some friendlies helping, but I do also...
Wait, they went charging ahead without checking for any traps.
Yeah, I do also want to look around a little bit, you know? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hey, you guys okay?
I don't think they can hear you through solid sandstone.
It seems like
Oh.
we just got trapped in here.
Never mind.
Don't think we triggered anything else.
Watch out, the enemy's coming from ahead.
Oh,
Well, now that things have come to this, seems we'll have to fight our way through.
we're just gonna get back there. They're all dead.
Don't worry about us. We knew something like this could happen. Go and take a look around. There could still be another way through.
You do not sound concerned in the slightest. And also, not very dramatic
go.
music.
We can't let the boss down.
Let's check if there's another way.
What the
The sooner we can
fuck
make it
is
through to help
that?
them, the better.
Let's see. I think I see a way through over there,
Yeah, what
but
the
it's being blocked by something. Let's try our luck with that mechanism.
Okay, let's go.
Why are they introducing a new mechanism now? Is this something that's gonna come into play in the next desert area? Maybe? Anything over here? I didn't go over here. Chests, treasure chests. Nope. Sunlight's peeking through though. Yeah. Right. This, of course, rays change color. Just the height and color of the light. Okay, purple or yellow, and I want it up here. That's cool. That's nice.
Take it easy. Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
Let's get it on!
Let the show begin. The fuse is lit!
Okay, yeah. Didn't actually need all of those bursts.
Another mechanism like the one before. But this one's being blocked off in the middle.
We just need to adjust it a little.
Rotate the device obstructing the light. Once the light is received, the device will descend. Okay, hang on. Yeah, let me rotate like this. Boom. And then it's descending. And then this one I don't even need anymore. I just lower this one. Amazing puzzles. This is why they nicknamed Genshin the Puzzler. Though, I mean, to be fair, whenever they add difficult puzzles, people are like, what the hell is this puzzle difficulty? Uh-oh. Give me my burst.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Look alive! Let's down. Fire hazard!
Boop, 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 boop. Bam. Got him. Now Yelan's behind on her burst, though. More fucking... Okay, sure. Bing, 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 boom.
Here comes the catch.
Let the show begin. The fuse is lit!
I hope I can kill you guys fast enough. Ah, shoot. Get him, Dehya. Alrighty. Is this where they were? No. Looks like another puzzle. Okay. This one is actually a little tricksy now. So I need this one raised. And then that one's correct. And then this one needs to be purple. And this one needs to be purple. Boom. And then this one needs to be yellow. Ooh, this... Oh, this was in the trailer. This is a really cool looking area. Oh, chest. Get it. Get it. Go.
I wasn't expecting anyone to make it through from the other side.
Michal. Yeah?
But as a desert dweller,
Ooh.
I suppose we should be used to our folks defying all expectations.
He looks fucking normal. You couldn't have at least made him like one of the big Geo dudes or one of the other big dudes?
Don't waste your breath. You have nowhere to run.
Run? Had I wanted to run, I would have fled 1,000 times already.
Unless this is just her father, and that's gonna be the reveal.
I witnessed the golden age of Deshret's relics. Even if I could leave this place behind, all that awaits me now are endless days of humiliation and ruin.
No, this guy's just pretty normal looking.
Even now, my brothers and I still believe in one thing. The greatest should
never
never live to remember their fall.
I rewatched that trailer more times than I'd like to admit.
So you want to go out in a blaze of glory?
Let us draw our weapons. We will show them the true power King Deshret bestowed upon his followers.
Yeah.
They are but two, while we hold within ourselves the entirety of the relic's glory.
We're 3 actually. Paimon's here.
Wave 1, charge! Eliminate them!
Bing, bing, bing,
Gotcha.
boom.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Let's get it on!
Time for a light show.
Don't think that you won. We're just getting started.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Your mom.
Your mom.
Things are about to get dicey.
Oh, you can actually see the wave progress at the top.
Fuse is lit.
King Deshret will not abandon any one of his followers.
Gloves off!
Now testing my patience. We'll meet again.
Here comes the catch.
Brothers! This is where we prove our faith.
Do you all just want to die?
None of us plan to leave this place alive!
So I guess that answers that question. Yeah, they all want to die.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Let's get it on! Your wings and raise a storm!
There we go.
Time for a light show.
Where do you think you're going?
The classic, where do you think you're going line?
The golden slumber.
Whew. That was a big fight.
Commander has finally fallen.
Yeah.
But they're still coming at us.
Where the hell are our people?
This place is like a gladiator's ring. They just keep coming no matter how many we beat.
I thought they said that they were weakened. Like, jeez.
Yes, keep fighting! There's no need to fear, and no need to back down! This is our last stand!
Okay, the leader hasn't fallen. He's still just sitting up there.
When the next wave comes, try to draw away their attacks. I'm going to see if I can take out that high platform.
Oh. Hey, it's one guy.
Get out of my way!
Who was in your way?
Come and face me, Michel! Ugh, so they've broken through the front as well.
Yeah?
Apologies, Lord Michal.
Uh,
They fight like absolute madmen. No matter how much we throw at them, they just keep coming for more.
I mean, yeah? Beat him up. Damn.
So, it would seem like this is the end.
You just said you didn't expect to leave this place alive.
Time to pay for everything you've done, Michel.
You think I would give you that opportunity?
Yes.
I will be buried in the sand alongside all the rest of our fading glory.
Oh, jeez. He's gonna fucking blow it up. He's got a big old bomb, right?
Wait!
Like there actually was a... like... the light got brighter or something. Run! Oh! What? Did he bite his...
Too late.
Did he fucking bite his tongue out just like the other guy?
It's over. There's no more need to fight. But if you're still going to cling on to your so-called mercenary's pride, then I'll give you all a good beating as well.
Yeah. Oh, we are sad now.
Hey, Dehya! I found the mechanism. I'll get you all back up here right away.
Oh, thanks, Takriti, whatever your name is.
Let's go.
Can I get the chest first, at least? Where did they come from? Up there? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, I still got trial Dehya. Very cool. Nothing. Oh, no. Okay, so you do die if you fall down there. That one didn't even look like it was a big fucking fall, though. I mean, it would be a bitch to climb back up, I guess. Yeah. That one activated super fast, I feel like.
Who are you filthy rats? Why are you always pestering us?
Oh, this is one of their guys, Deshret's Relics member, Schachbout. Who are you filthy rats?
You call yourself a member of the infamous Deshret's Relics and you still can't even tell who's made it all the way to your headquarters?
Yeah, jeez.
Who knows what intent a bunch of rats may have? We try to catch a couple, and you all just show up on the other side instead. How are we supposed to figure out what you're after?
Okay.
Hey, have you ever heard of a man by the name of Kusela? Why would I know? It's not like I'm in charge or anything.
This is your last chance to talk.
Hey, I said I don't know anything. I'm just an average member here. I'm telling the truth.
And yet you're just being a fucking asshole and all prideful.
If you're here to find someone, why don't you look through the records yourselves? Who can remember every name and face with so many people coming in and out every day?
The irony. His life became a light for so many, yet to others, it wasn't even worth remembering. Where's the records room? Answer me.
It's not burned to the ground still?
It's right over there. All the files are in there. You can go through them as much as you want. It's not like any of them still matter anyway.
I mean the old records room.
The old records room? You mean the one that got burned down?
These two guys still.
Kusela. Ah, yeah, I remember him now. The guy who could hardly walk. Watch your mouth. That's our boss you're talking about. He was definitely faking it. We all let our guard down as soon as we saw him come hobbling in.
Oh shit. He was fucking agile this whole time.
But in the short time it supposedly took him to take a dump, he'd already gotten away and started a fire in the records room. He couldn't have possibly outrun us if he wasn't a fraud. And after that, Deshret's relics fell into complete disarray.
Oh, so maybe he is alive. Maybe he set the fire and managed to get out because he could actually walk.
Stop wasting our time. Every one of us here is perfectly aware of what he had done. Tell me, where is the old records room?
It's just over there. Go see it for yourself if it means that much to you. There's nothing left in there but ashes. No human could ever survive that kind of inferno. Bashar, Tikriti, let's go. We'll leave the others here to guard these guys.
Yeah.
Spare them no mercy if they try anything.
Yeah. The final boss is Dehya's dad. Got anything else to say?
I've already told you everything I know. Can't you just leave me alone?
No. Fuck you. Alrighty. There's nothing over there, right? Wait, isn't this where they came from? Yeah, it is. Look, that guy's still over there. Hang on. Now I have to see what this guy's up to. Nope, he's just fucking dead. Ripperoni, dude. I'm kind of surprised they just left him there. Let's see. Wow. For a closed room, it is very full of sand.
So, this was his final destination.
Not many burn marks on the wall either.
How did he do it? Getting past all the guards with a limp and sneaking in here to start a fire? If he was nimble enough to do that, then he must have been able to get out of here after starting the fire, right?
Maybe. If there's no bones in here?
Dehya.
I'm sorry. I know it's just wishful thinking. Let's look around. Maybe we can find something that's been left behind.
Everyone searches. Oh, burnt up cane.
Is this a cane? It must be the one that Dia's father used.
Kusela.
If he didn't need it, he might have left it just behind.
Thanks for everything, boss.
We're fortunate to somehow find that cane after that fire.
Yeah.
Let's split up and look around some more. What if something else has been left behind?
I thought we just were split. I don't know how split
What
up
else
we
could
can
survive
be.
a fire like that?
Bones? Huh? A letter? Don't tell me that inside the cane or something, it like opens up and there's a letter for Dehya. Oh, cutscene. Yup. Oh, no, it's a sword. Why does Dehya sound different?
Thought so.
Wait! Isn't that the toy sword you played with as a child?
Oh?
The dragon is no more.
Aw,
For Princess
that's
Dehya
cute.
has slain it. Its head now hangs above the city gates. Her bravery has brought eternal peace and prosperity to us all. Dehya, come on. This is the most important line.
You can do it.
But Dehya, you defeated the dragon. Everyone's waiting for your speech. Still too shy, huh? All right, I'll do it. I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more.
So was it a real sword, not just a toy?
I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more, Dad.
Okay, I needed to read that for myself before I read it, even tried reading it out loud, because there's no clicky at the bottom. Why would they even put that there?
What's this?
Like, oh my god, that was so long. Even though it wasn't hugely important, it was just sort of like, you know, they got arrested, and the people from Dekan al-Ahmar were also turned themselves in. Dehya got the sword, and she was silent the whole way back. We got you some snacks and drinks, all on Paimon's tab.
Don't you remember? You asked Paimon what she would do if she were to wake up tomorrow with loads of money.
Oh yeah, didn't she ask that during the story quest, or sorry, during the Archon
And
quest?
Paimon said that she would get boatloads of tasty snacks. You looked super confused at the time, but said it was an adorable thing to say. These opportunities don't come by often. So today, Paimon's gonna treat you to a special crash course on Paimon's life philosophy.
She rarely spends her allowance. What? Yeah, do I give her an allowance?
Hey, come on! Paimon's not that stingy.
I don't know. You are a little stingy.
Anyway, the point is that you should eat to your heart's content. You'll feel better for sure once you've gotten something in your tummy. Junior Zad will also be here shortly.
Yeah.
She's already heard that we're back.
Yeah.
Aw, thanks, you two. Honestly, this is very unlike me. I just had a lot on my mind on our way back, so I didn't know what to say. My chest was filled with all kinds of intense emotions. They just shook me even more than all the feelings we've shared during our previous adventures. But when everything came to an end, those emotions also vanished without a trace, and I was left feeling more empty than ever before. It was as if I'd lost the thing that was most important to me.
Your dad was the thing that was most important to you? everything just happened so fast.
Yeah, you're right. To many mercenaries, Mora is the most important thing in the world. But perhaps to us, it's the most worthless thing of all. Idrisi and the others all used to say that they would quit if there was no Mora to be had. But when it came to avenging my father, there was no Mora to be made anywhere. My reality shattered when I found out that the father who always told me hero stories was in fact a bad guy. But look at me now. Am I any different?
I mean, I would say so. You even, when we first met you, you even gave us a speech about not compromising on your own principles or whatever.
Despite all my promises about never forgiving him and never trying to understand him, I still went to such lengths to find out the truth and nearly even shed tears for his sake. We're hypocrites, all of us.
You should never question your true feelings, though.
Yeah, you're right. It's just a pity that we often only recognize our true feelings after it's already too late.
You're back! Are all of you alright?
Ah, there she is.
Yeah. Many people from the Corps of 30 came over, and I just wrapped up everything with my dad. All I can do now is wait for their verdict.
Yeah?
Huh? Dehya, you're looking quite down again.
Paimon will explain. A lot happened while we were gone.
Dang.
I'm sorry. I really should have controlled my emotions better. I
just love Dehya so much.
It's all right, my lady. You were hurt by all of this as well. Truth be told, I'm starting to feel a little guilty watching you cry like this.
But Dehya, your pain must be even worse. You shouldn't need to comfort me.
Hey, don't worry about me. If anything, this whole thing has finally shown me the difference between illusion and reality. My father probably thought that people could settle into new lives as long as they moved to a new environment. That thought has even crossed my mind a few times. It's like saying, what's wrong with adapting to a new life? However, there was always something deep within my mind that refused to accept it. This impulse brought me great turmoil, and even made me feel ashamed for turning my back on your father's kindness. But now that I consider it again, it all makes sense. The desert sands are a part of who I am, and I will never be able to lead a peaceful existence.
Dang.
I understand how you feel.
That doesn't mean I won't be making any changes to my life, though. As an example, I'm now thinking about taking on some small odd jobs. It's just like Idrisi said. I also want to catch up to my father and become a character in his play. Even if the ending of the story may be childish and ridiculous, it won't really matter.
Isn't that neat, though? Oh, you'll be a whole new kind of mercenary, one that's not out for Mora. Why don't we go for a change of scenery once we finish eating? What about stopping by the Grand Bazaar again?
I mean, it's not like they're just out for Mora because I want to become rich. Figure they usually are just out for Mora because they're more or less living paycheck to paycheck, but I could be wrong.
Right. You said you wanted to get a rug for your family.
We'll come along too.
It's always more fun when everyone's together.
I can't thank you enough for taking care of me this entire time.
Oh, we are actually going to the Grand Bazaar to clear our head. I assume this is... yeah, okay, last one. It gives the primos, so this is the last one. Quick. Are we actually going to talk to the kid who sells rugs over here? Back where we started.
Oh, this rug here is quite something. The craftsmanship is exquisite, and the fabric is also of high quality.
Are you one of the salesmen too?
Ah, here you are. Finally, I found you.
Wait, wait, this is the guy who tried to bite his tongue off? Oh my god, now he's got a lisp.
Hey! Aren't you that mercenary who bit his tongue? You can still talk?
Yeah, wait, I guess I didn't think about it. Did the boss guy bite his tongue out too, or did he stab himself? What happened to him? How did he die?
Wait, are you here to take revenge on us?
What are you talking about? Do I look like I could take you all to a fight? I just came here to give you something. I'll be on my way to give myself up to the Corps after this. Once I woke up, I hurried to the Khan al-Ahmar's camp, hoping to alert them to your presence. But when I got there, I found no one except the members who were still too injured to move.
Ah, so you probably got there after us.
Yeah, they told me that they had exacted their revenge, and everyone had turned themselves in to the authorities. Even that last camp was not going to last for much longer. I had joined the cause to repay an old favor from Kusela. Now that everyone's already turned themselves in, I might as well do the same. One of the injured members gave this box to me, and told me that it contained some of the old man's last possessions.
Why didn't we get this box earlier?
Everything left in the camp will get confiscated, so I figured I should get this to you before the Corps could get their hands on it.
Thank you.
No worries. We are all just living our own truths. There's no need to comment or judge anyone for it.
No need to judge
So
anyone
this
for it.
box contains everything that Dia's father left behind. Huh. It feels lighter than expected.
I doubt he had much to leave behind.
Well, back in the day, the first thing he did with any Mora was spend it on things like drinks and meat. But let's see what's inside.
Drinks and meat.
What's this? It's just a bunch of junk. It kind of stinks.
Ugh.
Perhaps it's just been left unopened for too long.
This was actually his underwear fucking box.
A handwritten copy of a storybook. The paper's already yellowed, and it looks like it's about to fall apart. It was against the Academia's rules to possess books for personal use. If he was going to break that rule, he could have at least copied something useful.
It's against the Academia's rules to possess books for personal use? That's just terrible.
That probably means this was really important to him.
Ah, and here are a few bags of children's snacks. The packaging's completely deteriorated. Maybe that's where the smell was coming from.
They have packaging for children's snacks? I guess, yeah. Also, yeah, that's a terrible rule that the Academia has hopefully at this point fucking gotten rid of, because that's just so dystopian. Just break that rule as much as you want, honestly.
Did he get those for you?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Even when I was a child, I was never a fan of these kinds of snacks. He'd always say that he got them for me, but in the end, he always ate more than I ever did. Who even leaves snacks in a box like this anyway? Isn't that just common sense? Forget it. Let me see what else is in here.
One second. Oh, I'm finally back. Hopefully that wasn't too long. Anyway, let's wrap this up super fast.
A razor, some buttons, some round iron tiles, a wooden toy puppet, a wool scarf, which from the looks of it probably belonged to a woman, and a hair clip? Why are these things here?
It's from your mama.
I'm suddenly feeling a little scared.
Scared?
I'm sorry, my lady, but this is just the kind of man he was. He probably saw this box as some kind of personal trash heap and dumped any and everything in there. 2 empty liquor bottles.
Why?
Tell me, you guys, are these the kinds of things that a normal person would leave behind?
What an I'll just say probably not. Why wouldn't you just throw those away?
Huh? There's something in the bottle!
Oh.
Oh, you're right. All right, I got it out. It seems to be a piece of paper with some writing on it. The bottom part's all damaged from moisture, though. Let's hope the writing didn't smudge.
It's a letter to you, probably.
I was suddenly seized with an urge to write a letter after finishing this bottle. I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though. If I end up forgetting about it, it won't really matter.
Wait, I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though? He wrote that on the paper before putting it in the bottle? Okay.
To Dehya. It's a letter for me?
You don't need to read it out loud.
It's all right. I'll just read it out. If he went to the trouble of writing a letter, there must have been some important things that he wanted to say. Or at least record down.
My condition's becoming worse and worse. Can't even walk without a cane anymore, much less go out and have fun. Guess I don't have many days left.
Okay, I guess he couldn't run without a cane anymore. Or walk without a cane.
If you're reading this letter, then I suppose I'm already long gone. You were adorable as a baby. Everyone loved you. And regardless of whether you were crying or laughing, everyone enjoyed having you in the group. But once you grew a bit older, you were no longer nearly as happy or cute. It's probably Idrisi's fault. He was never up to any good.
Yep, never admits his own faults.
Can you believe this guy? He can point the finger at himself.
Anyway, back to the point. To summarize, I'm writing this so you would know not to feel sad for me, even if you end up finding out the truth. The reason being that I was never your father to begin with.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what?
Surely, he must be joking, right?
Okay, I didn't fully see that coming, but I had a sneaking suspicion.
I don't know.
I was quite formidable when I was young, and 100 times cooler than some so-called flame main. Really felt like the whole world was under my feet. With just a teeny tiny bit of effort, I felt I could rule over the entire desert. But as fate would have it, I went out into the desert for a drink one day and discovered a baby in the sands. It was you.
Jeez.
You were just lying there, small and helpless. You were so tiny that if the wind blew for just a little while longer, you would have been buried forever. But your cries were so loud they made my head hurt. Now that I think of it, you really were a bundle of energy.
Sounds like he's serious.
I told Idrisi and the others that I had slipped up with a woman while out and about. None of them even doubted me. I'm sorry that I had to lie to them for so long, but I really had no other choice. I was their most esteemed leader, after all. It's not like I could just tell them that I suddenly wanted to play at being a father. At this rate, I'll puke up all the liquor I just drank from this bottle. Anyway, Dehya, you possess the kind of freedom and kindness that we could only dream of. As far as how you should live your life, that'll be up to you to decide.
The end of the letter. In the end, he was still thinking of me as a little child.
Isn't that also a good thing, for some reason?
I suppose. Or I would have suffocated under the sand a long time ago.
He was a good father to you. The fact that he wasn't a blood relative doesn't change that.
Yeah. It's just a pity that we had to learn the truth of everything like this.
Do you already have some ideas about the decision that he wanted you to make?
Ideas?
I do. If he first found me alone in the sands, then I want to try my hand at finding the person who abandoned me.
Ooh, yeah. That's actually... That'd be a cool... If they do ever give, like, any characters other than Archons a second part to their quest, this is the second part of the quest that I would be looking forward to. I want to know.
I just have one wish. To tell them a story. That there once existed a childish and foolish jerk with a heart of gold. And that only under his care was I able to grow and mature into the person I am today.
If you end up finding any leads, can you share them with us? We go on adventures all the time. Maybe we'll be able to find some information for you.
Sure, I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting you to be so enthusiastic.
I also don't want to see his efforts go to waste. I don't want you to stop going forward.
I'll help too.
Thank you. All of you. Thank you so much. My life has certainly had its twists and turns, but I've always considered myself lucky. Because no matter where I've gone, I've always been surrounded by incredible kindness.
And that's the end of Lion's Blood. Ta-da! Very cool. Very nice story quest. I still don't know how to feel exactly about her father. You know? Certainly doesn't sound like a great person, but you know, he seemed to do an okay job with other stuff. Anyway, I'm just gonna read up on the stuff that unlocked for Dehya real quick, and I'm probably gonna call it a day. This one's a bit long though. The Legend of the Lion. According to Kusela, when a lion roars, even the blazing sun must shiver. Little Dehya had never seen an actual lion before, so whatever Kusela claimed, she heeded without question. Are there lions in this game? I know there are tigers. I haven't seen a lion yet. Kusela would vividly describe how the sun would cleave the land with its heat, warping mud to powder and distorting the very air in the atmosphere. Despite this, the lion constantly thundered onward, striding across the burning plain. Try as the sun might, the lion's approach was constant and unrelenting, pursuing the star tirelessly with its roaring until the light finally fled past the horizon. Such was the might of the lion. Enraptured by the story, little Dehya's eyes gleamed brighter even than the campfire burning beneath a blanket of night. The lion can, Kusela's eyes scythed about for a moment before he snatched one of his slimmer compatriots to use as a volunteer to complete his analogy. The lion can take out 10 guys his size, easy. What about you? Can you beat the lion? Little Dehya asked Kusela. Hard to say, but I know quite a few tricks, so I think I should be able to give that beast the business. Caution lit Kusela's expression, betraying no hint of boasting. If the lion charges me, I'll dip down beneath it, angle myself under its body, and then... open its stomach with my blade. That should be enough to do it in. Unsatisfied with mere words, Kusela called upon another of their band to pretend to be the lion, planning to give a personal performance for a triumph most hypothetical. Unfortunately, their acting left much to be desired, and the lion's roars, crippled by a lack of presence, sounded more dog-like than anything. Ooh, sorry, I'm stumbling over the words here. Dehya was unsurprised. She knew what kind of character her father was. It was folly to take all he said seriously, and only disappointment awaited if one did so. All she really had to do was laugh along with him. The legend of the lion, however, did linger in her recollections. Many years later, just as Dehya and her companions were deciding what title would sound best for her, the lion was mentioned, pulling her back to this childhood fable, and her father, who had put everything into the form of a play for her. Though she had been estranged from Kusela by then, she couldn't help but indulge in the nostalgia of her youth. Now, she finally understood what her father felt in his heart all those years ago, though he was now gone, adrift in the eternal dreamland. This would prove one regret she would not be able to reverse. But still, one must veer toward optimism, for bitterness did not suit the lifestyle of one working in the desert. Besides, the memories of her pre-adolescence were now things that she could openly look back upon with a sense of satisfaction. Recalling her girlhood, Dehya's eyes couldn't help but light up just as they had beside the campfire beneath the night sky all those years ago. She would become a lion, akin to the one told of in Kusela's story, so that the legend might yet live on through her. Well, geez. I feel like with Dehya, they've just made all her stories and voice lines super long. Wow, that's a lot more. Okay, so we have Dehya's troubles, and then share, vision, deeds, and dad. Okay, let's start here.
Kusela was his name. As a merc, he had a slapdash way of working, and a whole lot of bravado. But he also saved me from the desert, and did whatever he could to pass on to me everything he had. Without him, I wouldn't be who I am today.
Great deeds.
Your recent feats have been doing the rounds, you know. In my brigade alone, a lot of people have been talking about the things you've achieved. I've even had several people ask me if I can introduce them to you.
One. Okay. Just need to finish up this last few fucking voice lines, and then I will be fucking done. Jesus Christ.
How's my life changed since getting my vision? Huh. Well, obviously it gives me an extra edge in battle. But honestly, the biggest thing for me is that it's helped me bring a few more mercs into the Blazing Beasts.
That's nice.
You know Ajilenak nuts, right? I used to go crazy for them as a kid. But my dad was the worst at shelling them. He'd just hack them to pieces with his knife, leaving a bunch of inedible mush behind. In the end, he'd salvage what he could by scraping pieces of the flesh off the shell, then mixing it with some milk and calling it porridge. I do miss the taste of that porridge sometimes.
Really?
And I miss that old nutcracker too.
Really? Alright, troubles.
Some clients are behind on their payments again, and a few of the guys got themselves into trouble during their last job. I'm not the boss, but somehow everything ends up being my problem.
You're not the boss? I thought you were the boss. Okay. So, that is everything. Okay. Pretty good. Dog. And I like Dehya. So that's pretty much it. Can finally end the stream.